Bud Light. Last year alone, it shipped 27.2 million barrels of beer, making it America's most popular beer.
Wow.
But until now, Cold Cans Nation doesn't have an answer for whether this is our most popular beer. 127 episodes in, and the nation is left without answers.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Well, I had to say it was so until now. Because today on the show, we're reviewing, finally, Bud Light.
Cheers, Joe. Cheers. I'm still not entirely convinced we haven't done this one before.
We haven't. Control F works. The website's been diligently updated for almost 4 years now, and we have not reviewed Bud Light until today. Both of us.
And then the question is how? How did that happen?
Neither of us knew that fact.
And the nation was not in an uproar about it.
Certainly not.
So maybe America's most popular beer, but only because of their licensing deals with major corporations who are forced to sell their beer.
Right. And yeah, I wonder if they lump their subsidiary type beers in, because we have done 4 Bud Light episodes.
Right.
Just not with core Bud Light. Coming in at number 46 in our current ranking, Bud Light Platinum. Number 78.
We talked about that too. I had no idea it was called Bud Light Platinum. Just thought it was Bud Platinum.
Me too. But they've slapped the Bud Light label on it. It's 6% ABV.
Because I guess Bud Light is the more powerful brand, almost more so than Budweiser.
Sure. Yeah. That would be why they slapped the label on it. And it's why they did it throughout here, right? So we've done, like I said, 46, we had that one. Number 78, we have Bud Light Lime. Number 96.
Good beer.
Great beer. It should be much higher than 78. We should re-rank it. 96, Bud Light Orange. Not as good of a beer. And the fourth variation we've done, can you remember it?
Chelada.
Bud Light Chelada. Very bad beer. Immediately, more or less immediately bumped.
Too bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Though it could, I think in a pinch, could take the place of like a Bloody Mary if you're hungover somewhere. A Bud Light Chelada, you could do worse than that.
In it. How much worse could you do? It's got clam juice.
You could do worse than that. Oof. If you're looking for like a little hair of the dog action, I'm saying.
Sure. Morning after.
A little wake you up thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Revive you through pure pain.
Well, it's feeling pure pain because it currently resides in Satan's walk-in cooler in hell.
Wow.
Into eternal damnation. But here we are, Bud Light, a rice-based beer. That's their big hype. How do you think one drink in? How do you think?
Bud Light is fine. I mean, I think we've probably talked about this on this show before, despite not having done a full episode about it. Bud Light is a fine option in many places.
Yeah, I would argue it has the least amount of flavor that, or less flavor than its competitors.
Competition, yeah.
Yeah, I think Miller Lite has the most flavor, and it's kind of a love it or hate it situation. Coors Light, to me, strikes a nice balance. It's got a little bit of flavor, but it's still a light beer. It's not too offensive or enjoyable. And
what about pump it or dump it for if you like the beer or not?
A pump it or dump it situation?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
What are you pumping?
You're pumping the beer down your gullet.
Or you're going to dump it down the drain. Well, I think with Bud Light, that's kind of the allure, right? You do neither. I guess you certainly pump it down your gullet, but not because you like it. Okay. It's just there's nothing here, right? There's nothing at all.
Which is why I say it's a perfectly applicable beer for a number of places where you're just looking to have a few drinks.
Yeah.
Or, several drinks, not even just a few, but like tailgate, whatever, wedding, something like that. Like it's fine for that. And is mostly where you're going to find it.
College parties, bachelor parties also.
Right.
If you're going to
a college party, this is like a step up.
Yeah, this is pretty premium. So you're right. It's like we're going to have a couple casual slammers. If I have slammers around the house, I used to exclusively get Coors Light. I've become a Bud Light man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We get Bud Light like every time now. There's an open box of it sitting on my porch. If you ever want to, like the little raccoon you have scampering around your neighborhood.
Neighbor's pet raccoon that feasts on their garbage area back there.
Well, he could come and grab a Bud Light anytime he wanted.
Bud Light open.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why do you think you made the switch?
I honestly think I feel better if I have Bud Lights. I think that's something to do with the rice. Maybe that's
you have celiac disease.
It's possible.
The celiac boys,
the two celiac boys. I know. We don't want to touch on it too much, but you've been shying pretty far away from beers and gluten because you're tolerant to it. Is Bud Light going to be better, right, in any capacity, in any appreciable way than anything else?
That's a good question. I think it is. My understanding of it, of like gluten intolerance, is it is a question of how much you consume. Like it's not like a peanut allergy, where you have one little speck of something, and you're out of luck. I think it is like the less gluten there is, you're better off. But even some gluten will inflame things, cause some polyps down low.
Oh no, Nick! It's been a long time since we've been talking about polyps forming.
Polyps with Pollen. Well, the nation will remember the great character of Pollen.
Well, I don't remember what Pollen came in to do. I don't remember his skill set.
I don't remember either.
He evaluated things, Pollen.
Did he?
You couldn't hear him. That was sort of the downfall. You were close enough to real words when you were doing it, but I never quite understood it. I was able to translate a little bit for the nation when Pollen would come on board.
Got it.
And Pollen was an underground dweller that, much like Gollum, his sibling... but Pollen was part of Colcan's universe, CCU.
Is he?
Yeah, he's certainly
Middle Earth part of the CCU.
If Pollen's around,
he's CCPU, left that, I guess. Colcan's podcast network or universe. I mean,
the CCPU. Yeah,
CCPU.
Yeah, if he left the realms of Middle Earth to join our podcast, much like Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, Jesse Ventura, Brody Ovac,
yes,
Brett Carve, Jake Tapper. Oh man, Marv Albertsons, Fat Marv Albertsons.
Hey, indeed.
Hey, man, I don't remember the rest of the newscasters. Jake Tapper.
Colt Hunt or Lester Colt 45, of course, was on the program.
Of course, listeners would know. I can't remember any of the others. Those are all
Brian
part of
Harrelson.
We'll move on, and then all of our esteemed guests that have been.
Sure.
Who've been part of the show, and listeners who've been leaving feedback. For us.
Do we have a feedback?
Well, you do. You have a mini feedback, don't you? You posted a poll to the internet.
Oh, right.
You put a poll on the internet.
The poll. The nature of polls on the internet and the internet in general is I forget about them 2 seconds after it happens. So thanks for the reminder, COVID Joe.
Because stop calling me COVID Joe. I want to go on record on this podcast to say I've not developed COVID. I've worn masks all year.
It doesn't mean you've developed it. It means you love it. You love COVID.
I hate COVID. It sucks. I'm anti-COVID. Nick may call me COVID Joe.
COVID Joe just has a nice ring to it, you know?
I'll give you that. It does have a pretty good ring. I don't really want to be known as COVID Joe anymore.
Oh, funny. All right, so this
is really funny.
This poll was posted on National Beer Day, which we didn't really celebrate anywhere else.
Oh, because who gives a fuck?
You don't like all the made-up national holidays?
I'm done. I'm even done. I'm even done talking about how it's crazy there's so many holidays. I'm done with the whole discourse on holidays.
Wow.
I'm done with holiday discourse. Discord.
I can't find it. I don't know how to work Instagram. Once you do the poll, it disappears.
That can't be true. That cannot be true.
No, I know there is somewhere to find it.
Oh my God.
Let me hack into the mainframe here.
Nick's jacking in. Connect the trodes to your temples. Jack in.
The trodes?
He's surfing the Matrix.
Did you say trodes? Did you just burp into the mic?
I tried to burp away from it, but it came on too quick. Trodes, it's from Neuromancer, a book by William Gibson. Good book.
And we should all understand the references Joe's making to the book he happens to be reading.
If you've read Neuromancer, you'll know out there, all my friendly artistes. You'd know that also from Neuromancer.
Okay, here we go. The final result was, I said, it's National Beer Day. You must vote. It is your duty as a member of Colcan's Nation.
Or we'll litigate.
No water in the lines, though. No snacks either. No matter how long you're waiting in line to vote. I said, what are you? A hophead or a malt maniac?
Yeah.
And the poll was honestly much closer than I expected. expected everyone to be a hophead, but it was 52% hophead, 48% malt maniac.
I thought you were going to not reveal the results. I thought you were just going to say it was closer than I expected, and then we were going to move on. 52% hopheads.
Yeah.
48 malt maniacs. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And even in this very podcast household, we're a divided family.
We are.
A family divided. A hophead, myself.
A house divided cannot cake stand. That's fun.
We're having some fun. We should get this is the spirit of the first segment, and I really want to do it because I want to try to get it out of my mind. Because it's in my head.
You want to land this segment.
I want to try to land it.
And mostly for me.
Yeah, for your respect. I'd like to gain your respect. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay, so this segment is Nick reviews a song I did. What's the Seinfeld?
It changes every time.
Oh, it does? A little jazz riff?
Yeah, I think that's a thing. They had a guy changing it every single time.
That's not true. There's no way that's true. All right, here's what happened. Yesterday, my wife and I were out trying to decide breakfast, but breakfast is kind of a tough COVID meal. We've been making most breakfasts at home, but we were out of eggs. We hadn't gone grocery shopping. And so we were like, what should we go out and get? Getting breakfast delivered sucks because it doesn't
Almost
travel
nothing
well.
is going to travel well.
Right. And even picking something up in the same spirit, like bringing it home isn't great. And it was kind of good weather in Seattle, so a lot of places were full by the time we wanted to get breakfast. We were getting going a little late.
But you're COVID Joe.
But I'm COVID
he
Joe.
Went to elbow to elbow. The nearest all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I'm going to keep going. So I said this is honestly one of the few times where I would suggest to you, not on a road trip or anything, that we should get a fast food breakfast to my wife. And we were going to do bagels, but cream cheese makes my rumbly a little grumbly.
Oh,
so we're driving around to go get breakfast. And as we were going through options, we were listening to this song on the radio, and I started singing it. I thought it was good. My wife did not. So I thought you could be the arbiter here.
Does she ever like your comedy, though?
Not at all.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that to kind of be
right. You're not
self-deprecating.
Yeah.
She legitimately does not like anything that I do.
I don't think that's true.
All right. So here's the song. Ready?
Yes.
I'm going to do it. You'll say an egg must be on a bun, or maybe on a muffin, but I'd say you're not much fun. 'Cause I said, what about breakfast at Burger King? She said, I think I've tried their croissants, and if I recall, I think I kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing I'll get.
That's very good, Joe.
Thank you.
That's very good.
Breakfast at Tiffany's was on. Burger King. And I was trying to talk her into because I think Burger King has a good croissant. It does.
Okay. That's good too. But the song is very good.
Thank you. She legitimately did not think so. And she said croissant doesn't work. That was her criticisms. Yes.
It does work, Joe.
And breakfast at Burger King is good.
So it was good.
Feel free to use that the rest of your life.
You know me, I'm all about IP and things, so I will not be using that, but thank you.
I was worried I was going to sing that and you're going to be like, heard it on Doughboys. So much
Doughboys is the podcast we actually want to be doing.
Yes.
Reviewing fast food croissants at Burger King.
You know how much fun it would be to just do Doughboys?
Of course. Of course. There's so much more fodder. And imagine being as funny as those guys and their guests.
That'd be a lot more fun.
I would love to be that funny.
It'd be so much more fun for us and the people listening. Oh, man.
Breakfast at Burger King was very good.
All right. And I Googled it. What about breakfast at Burger King? And there was nothing online, 0 results for that lyric. So I was worried the Doughboys had done it or something.
Of course, they have not. It's awful. No, that was very good. That was funny.
Wow, we got
especially
to our first
just
segment.
Driving around in the car.
Yeah, they were
creative juices are flowing.
Mm-hmm.
As the tires turn, so do those gears in your thick skull.
They really did. I'll take the one adjective out of it, but We didn't end up going to Burger King. I couldn't convince her that the croissant, if I recall, the croissant, I kind of liked it.
Sure.
But it's a funny song too, that they're going through stuff, and he's like, oh, what about this movie? And then she says, if I recall, we both kind of liked it. He's like, well, we got that. That's funny.
I've never really thought about that.
Really?
Never thought about that song.
Yeah. He just picks a movie, and her assessment is...
Who sings Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Her assessment is, I think we both kind of liked it.
Yeah. That's one thing we got.
Yeah, that is Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. An all-time classic, of course, but a little before our time in terms of when we were listening to
95,
that kind of
yeah. But I feel like I would have liked it. And they...
As I recall.
They pack in a lot of... Yeah, we both kind of liked it. They pack in a lot of lyrics, and it just rolls really well. Flows off the tongue really well. It does.
It's ripe for parody. And for a young Al Yankovic in our midst here.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to move into musical parody.
Oh, yeah.
Be Al Yankovic.
Sure.
Doing breakfast at Burger King for the rest of my life.
Everyone who works with him says he's like the nicest person and just like actually very talented musician and stuff.
All right, 0 for 2 for me. But true. I could do my best. How's the Bud Light, Nick?
It's good. It's fine,
Yeah, I kind of like it.
One of my bits on this show was going to be no more with the rankings stuff. Cut the bullshit. But now that we're doing such a monumental beer in the American beer landscape, I feel like we have to rank this.
So let's rank this one, but then I still want to hear you.
We can go down that road. Maybe in the next episode we can just say no more rankings.
Well, what are we going to do to fill time in this episode? That's cool.
You said you had another segment. I thought that's what we were filling.
I have a second segment. What are we, 3 minutes into the fucking podcast? We're going to go through my second segment? Second segment is Act 2. Act 3. We've already done Act 2.
We're about, after the 3 or 4 misstarts you had at the beginning, we're about 15 minutes in.
And 1 misstart. I have a second segment. And I was very conscious of
He's
the
unzipping a bag. New bag, by the way.
Unzipping something beneath the table. Yes, a new bag. I was very conscious of the fact that
you always are.
We're going to drink some gluten today, and that you probably weren't thrilled about that because it's going to make you upset.
I'm seething.
Both angry and your belly upset. I myself went to the doctor who told me I had high blood pressure and I got to watch it, and I'm going to watch it. And he also said...
I know what we're doing.
He also said that you do. You already know. I like that you know. I knew you were going to know it with my next statement. He also said that I wasn't like getting enough different kind of salts in my system, and just basically
different kinds of salts.
Basically, my electrolytes have been like kind of frighteningly low.
Oh, wow.
Oh, do you think we were going to take our blood pressure?
Yeah, I thought we were going to. That would have been fun.
Or not, but I like
that. If we ever do another power hour, we should like take our blood pressure like 6 different times during the episode.
Yeah, and when I
die, then the nation has to hear us die in real time.
Okay, so anyway, shut up. The doctor said...
Joey's talking now.
The doctor said I'm dangerously low on electrolytes. He actually, weirdly, pulled up your chart, too, because he knew about cold cans.
Oh, really?
And he said...
This seems like a violation of sorts.
That's what I said. I said, hey, HIPAA.
HIPAA, darn near... Go.
And I just said that out loud, too. I said, hey, HIPAA. And Doc said... Joey, I'll wring your little fucking neck if you say anything to HIPAA about this.
Yeah. You should not let your doctor talk to you like that. You can change doctors,
the whole reason I go to him.
Okay. It's a Dom sub type situation here.
Doc sub, Dom sub. Doc. All right. So he said both of our electrolytes are extremely low. And he gave me a prescription, which I brought today for both of us. You're part of this prescription. This is an alcoholic beverage called Waveline.
Oh.
And it's seltzer plus electrolytes. It's a 4% ABV, 80 calorie, 0 carb for your keto heads out there. 0 carb drink called Waveline. And it contains electrolytes, so it actually will make you healthier when you drink it.
Right. This is a health drink.
And that's what my doctor told me. This is the same doctor who told me he'd wring my little fucking neck.
Yeah, that's too bad. I still think you shouldn't let your doctor talk to you like that.
So I brought 3 of them because I wanted you to pick which flavor you want. I'm gonna fucking order them on the table. Nick's so goddamn concerned about getting the social media feed. Get that Microsoft product logo in there too. Ugh. All right, here we go. So you have to choose. Now we're going to just put a pin in this Bud Light, and it'll be lovely by the time we come back to it, I'm sure. All right. Waveline Seltzer plus electrolytes. You can choose between classic lemonade, blackberry lemonade, or strawberry lemonade. And these aren't going to get you any gluten in your little belly. So which one would you like to choose? We'll each choose one, and we'll do a segment I like to call Pump It or Dump It.
Nice. So definitely no to the strawberry lemonade. I hate strawberry flavored lemonade. Things.
Okay.
I just do classic lemon.
He's a kind of a classic.
I'm a classic man.
Do you have a song you want to do?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we should bring up. We got in an argument about a song that we collaboratively made up, and you now claim is just you.
We did not. I would love to do something collaborative with you someday, Joe. But this podcast ain't it, and that song ain't it.
We did this song together. No. I'm sure.
No. Look up when that song came out.
No. What do you mean look up when that song came out?
I'll check my calendar. I was hanging out with Squib and Reshak that day. I wasn't with you.
You were hanging out with me, and you were riffing on, what is it? I think Most
People Are Good by Luke Bryan.
Okay, the song, if you're not familiar
with it.
Which came
out in 2017.
The song Most People Are Good by Luke Bryan. Nick and I collaborated on a riff on it where... Nick, you say it because you claim you invented it, even though I was here collaborating with you.
Well, the chorus goes, I believe most people are good, and then he goes on, and the main one is, and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon or stadium lights. And the parody, which is not even a fully fleshed thing, is just, I believe most people are food.
Yeah.
And then the song's about Soylent Green.
Which is good. And, there's surely no way you did that on your own. You needed a collaborative partner. I believe most people are food. Do you have another line?
The other one is where he says most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. This is maybe a separate parody song.
This is like your mama joke.
Right, yeah.
Go ahead.
How would it lead in? It's like, I
believe most people are food. No,
it's
mama's gotta qualify.
Because I'd say mama twice. So, I believe
maybe you did do this on your own.
Anyway, it's a yo mama's so fat joke because you say, I believe whatever. I believe yo mama ain't good. Or something, and yo mama ought to qualify for statehood.
Statehood, yeah. That's pretty funny.
She's so big.
She's so big, she ought to qualify for statehood instead of sainthood.
Maybe you could say the name of their mother. So you could, I believe Charlene is so big, so fat, that yo mama ought to qualify for statehood.
You could spin it into this person, presumably like a cannibal, who believes most people are food, wants to then eat your mama.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So maybe we should have workshopped it.
For several dozen years eating tenderloins from your mother's.
Look, it's not breakfast at Burger King. But
it's not. But these lines that I made up are still pretty good.
All right,
and ownership is very important.
We're ping-ponging these fucking listeners back and forth and back and forth. We're doing Waveline Seltzer plus electrolytes drink here.
And your wife, I think, pointed these out to us, right?
Yeah, she found these at Trader Joe's like a week or two ago.
Okay.
And she thought of us. She has not listened to an episode of the show in 3 years. But she thought of us and said, you guys should do this on the show. Didn't pick them up. Wow. And then today had to go back to TJ's for some stuff. And
for eggs, I hope.
Was nice enough
to have to listen to another parody song.
Yeah.
Proudly made by Schilling Hard Cider.
Oh.
Who makes the one hard cider that I enjoy.
Well, there you go.
Makes you think.
That makes you think. Well, what do you think about classic lemonade, Waveline Seltzer plus electrolytes?
It doesn't taste bad. I mean, it tastes like Kool-Aid or something, or like Gatorade, like you mentioned before.
I didn't mention that.
You're right. You didn't.
Did I?
I don't know. I thought you said something about it's like a sports drink.
No, I did. You said that in your fucking head. Well, yeah. So so it is that is what they're trying to do. I was expecting something else.
What were you expecting? What else would it taste like?
I guess I don't know. I guess with the electrolytes, you're either going to go like the Pedialyte route or like a Gatorade. Yeah, I suppose.
Well, and what does it taste like to you? I guess
it does taste like that. Yeah,
like
it tastes,
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It tastes like a sports drink. Yeah, no, but it tastes. It does taste like a Kool-Aid or something like that kind of artificial flavoring.
Yep.
Not a lot of seltzer. I guess I thought it would taste more like a hard seltzer, you know? But it doesn't. Oh, Nick's getting a picture, he said. He put his mic down so you guys didn't hear him say I'm getting a picture. We'll get more pictures of Waveline. I think it's pretty good, too. I think also if you go to promo code at Schilling Brewery, promo code Cold Cans. No, we have no affiliation.
Purified water, apple wine, lemon juice concentrate, natural flavors, citric acid, elite proprietary electrolyte blend, and monk fruit.
And man, they don't make it easy to read their tagline on their can. It's in like 3-point font.
I saw that. But it's not even more than a tagline.
Yeah, it's a whole paragraph here. But they say, feel great.
A tag paragraph.
It is. Yeah, it's a tag paragraph. Feel great today with no carbs, no sugar, and nothing artificial. Feel great tomorrow knowing this tasty beverage is only 80 calories with real fruit and added electrolytes. Wave hello to next level refreshment. So they're basically saying you won't get hungover if you drink these all night.
They're kind of implying that.
Yeah.
How... Oh, man. So nothing artificial, huh? How do you have apple wine is the second ingredient and there's no sugar in that?
Well, they added just have sugar, right? Is that
what
they're saying?
There's zero sugar in the whole thing. They must. I mean, no carbs, I guess you could do a brewing process that consumes all the sugar and makes it into alcohol.
I suppose. But then what's leaving any of the flavoring? Is it like stevia. Aspartame? Oh, stevia. Yeah, okay.
And monk fruit. I love that they say with real fruit. So in theory, that's, from the apple wine and the monk fruit.
Wow.
I mean, it's not bad, though. I would be curious, if you drank those all night, would you not feel hungover?
We could put it on the Patreon.
Yeah, that's what the Patreon could be. You were scared about doing a Patreon because you think we need a schedule of events to release on the Patreon. Maybe one of them is we each drink 12 Wavelines in a night.
Well, how about this?
See how we feel the next morning.
Should we assemble content then? Should we assemble that content and have some content that we could reliably offer? Because isn't the whole idea with the Patreon, somebody's going to give us $5 and then they expect us to create content?
Right.
And our track record is fucking awful on this show.
It is. Because I hate doing this. But now if there's money involved and not just social media clout.
The savvy 21st century man will tell you that social media clout is money.
20th century man will tell you Soylent Green is people.
And they believe most people are food. I had to have been in the room.
Maybe spiritually, but not physically, certainly. You're always in my mind, Joe.
Oh, that's nice of you. Coming off the heels of you saying you hate doing this.
I yo-yo you. Yo-yo-yo you.
You yo-yoed me. Yeah, like the listeners here, we're all over the place on this episode.
The modern mind. It's a flutter, Joe. Like moth to the flame.
Wow.
Yes. We'll be back next time with more Cold Cans.
We'll be back next time with more Cold Cans.
Yeah, that was the sign-off. That's the big gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I feel like I got significantly more drunk from drinking the Waveline, honestly.
You drank like 2 drinks.
Nah, you've had like half of it, I think.
Jesus, Nick.
Because it's like a sports beverage, as I said earlier.
You feel great today, feel great tomorrow.
And it's all natural.
This is why my doctor prescribed me this.
My grandpa drank this.
Yes. The Neanderthals have drank this.
Oh, wow.
Nick gave me the book Sapiens.
Joe, yeah, more book content from Joe. The Neanderthals, of which there's evidence that they intermingled with the Homo sapiens.
The book skirts around that as it should, very deftly. And that's one of the last things I read. I've only been about 15 pages.
It's a good book, yeah, truly.
Check out Sapiens on Amazon. If you could still go to coldcanspodcast.com, go to the tab. Hold on, let me look here.
Oh, that's true. Beer Money.
Go to the Beer Money tab, click on the Amazon affiliate link, and then order Sapiens.
That's true.
We'll get
or go to your local library, because libraries are great.
Yes.
They're the best.
You can find your local library on coldcanspodcast.com.
We should collab with local libraries.
It'd be very funny to have a section of our website that helps people find their local libraries.
That would be great. Somebody should do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. All right, I'm going to go back to Bud Light and tell you what it tastes like after drinking an awful electrolytes drink.
Oh, you think it is awful? You wouldn't drink this.
I really don't. I don't have no idea why I said awful. It is,
okay.
Ooh, that actually punches up the Bud Light a little bit.
A shandy of sorts?
It does. It punches it up.
That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, this is no flavor. This is the vanilla ice cream, and now I've added some sprinkles to it. No, I'm not gonna do the dough. We're not doing the Doughboys thing. Vanilla is a flavor, but it's a base that you can build on very nicely.
Yeah.
And this Bud Light has no flavor. I drank a bunch of the electrolytes. I drank this. It punched it up very nicely.
I don't think you're wrong.
Holy shit.
I think it's good.
We could publish a recipe.
We'll have another section on the website for recipes.
And it's augmented reality. You have to scan.
Yeah, what will it appear on? It'll appear on your driver's license. You got to get out your driver's license, and your data will turn into cups and tablespoons and stuff.
That's the first, and then the actual recipe, you have to scan your social security card for us into our app. And then we'll appear and tell you to put 1 part Wavelight, 1 part Bud Light together. I really think you could mix the. You know what?
Do you want to make?
I'm going to put the mic down for a second. I got it.
Their cups up there.
Fill time.
So Waveline, I wonder. There are other alternatives to this. This seems like this is Trader Joe's thing, and I know they're pretty big about having like exclusive brands. But there are other brands out there that are like electrolyte seltzers. I know. I don't know the names of them, but
are there?
There are a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay. See, they don't even have to kind of add the seltzer tagline. Just call them like an electrolyte alcoholic drink. And this is what my doctor prescribed.
Yeah, but again, like the branding thing, how he said they put Bud Light on everything because it's popular. Hard seltzer is like the hot selling thing right now. So that's probably why they have it on there. What do you think?
It's very good.
Nice.
It cuts the harshness out of the Waveline. You want some?
Give me some.
They call me COVID Joe.
They call him COVID Joe.
Now we've been vaccinated. We don't need to worry.
Yeah, that's an exciting development.
Yeah, but Nick is taking a drink out of the other side of my glass.
I mean, it is good, yeah.
That's good. It cuts the electrolyte drink and the Bud Light cut very well.
Right, exactly. The Bud Light thins out the sort of intense artificial, though not artificial, flavoring of the Waveline. Yeah, it's nice. Truly.
It's better than Truly. This is very good.
Joe just beat hangovers. Checkmate, Libs.
Yeah, guess what, Libs? Just like the Post-it note, I've stumbled ass backwards into the next thing that all the millennials on TikTok are going to be mixing Waveline with Bud Light.
Just like the Post-it note?
It was invented accidentally. The Post-it note. You never heard that story?
Are you talking about Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
No idea what you're talking about.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh. Romy and Michelle go back to the high school reunion and they claim that they invented the Post-it note. And then someone's there who invented a fast-burning cigarette and went through all the classes on trademark and said, no, you didn't. 3M did.
What is Romy and Michelle's high school?
It's like Lisa Kudrow and someone else are Romy and Michelle.
And this is a film or a show?
It's a film. And it is a film. It is not a movie.
Spencer was supposed to be inventing a strong adhesive for the aerospace industry. However, he accidentally made the exact opposite, a weak adhesive made of tiny acrylic microspheres. 5 years later, Art Fry, another 3M chemist and frequent choir singer, I don't know why they had to add that tagline to it.
Well, he was probably adding notes to his music or something.
Oh, yeah. He invented the Post-it note in a moment of extreme frustration.
Wow.
So what
was the frustration?
This is sort of what just the snippet Google gives you. So a lot of ellipses in there covering up background. But yeah, the Post-it note was made accidentally, just like this drink. Bud Light and Wave Line.
3M's always mixing chemicals together. Like everything they've invented is like an accident. 10 years after their high school graduation, Romy, Mira Sorvino, and Michelle, Lisa Kudrow, haven't exactly accomplished everything that they set out to do. Despite their strong friendship, their personal and professional lives are still lacking. When they hear of their upcoming high school reunion, they take it as an opportunity to show their classmates how much they've changed. First by trying to reform themselves, then by creating a lie that eventually spins out of control.
Which is that they invented the Post-it note?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Because it's kind of funny. It has a 73% Rotten Tomatoes for what it's worth.
Lisa Kudrow vehicle.
Lisa Kudrow vehicle and Mira Sorvino. It's like they're trying to think of like, what's a thing we could claim we came up with that no one knows about but everyone uses, or like
got it.
No one knows the origin of. And then they do that, and then I forget it's a comedic actor is the one who invented the fast burning cigarette, and then she's like, you guys absolutely did not invent the Post-it note, because she knew the story of
the
guys at 3M. Yeah,
maybe that's where this myth came to me, like why I thought it was a common thing, because of the Lisa Kudrow vehicle.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
I can assure you I've not.
It was on ABC Family all the time.
I was not an ABC Family man.
No?
Honestly, not really. I wish I was. Like, I didn't even see Hocus Pocus. That was on ABC Family 24 hours a day.
The crap out of me.
It should have.
When I was a kid.
Bette Midler is a hell of a performance in Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah?
What about Halloween Town? You saw
Never
that?
seen it.
I saw that this year. We watched it. It's good. It's a good kids movie. There's a Halloween Town, and the kids get sort of sucked into it by their grandma, who's the head witch of Halloween Town.
Now that I can relate to.
And there's a very bad man, and they defeat him.
Any notable actors? I'm all about star power.
No. Oh, yeah. Carrie Fisher's mom is the grandma.
Who's Carrie Fisher's mom?
Can't remember her name.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong about that, too. I'm pretty sure that is.
But is a famous actor herself?
God damn it.
I mean, you have all the world's knowledge in front of you, Joe.
Well, fill time. Halloween Town. Here we go. Halloween Town. Halloween Town. Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, very famous actor.
Yes. So she's older, and she's excellent in it.
Nice.
I think she's Carrie Fisher's mom, right? Yeah, Carrie Fisher's her child. Okay. This mixture is great. However, I can't take one last sip of Bud Light because I poured all of it into this.
Oh, did you?
Would we call it Bud Line? Wave Line? Bud Light.
Wave Light, yeah. Wave Light makes it sound more like, yeah.
Oh, Wave Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Wave Line. All right, Wave Light. See, when we collaborate on this kind of creative stuff.
Right. Beautiful things happen.
All right, we're going to post on Twitter the recipe for Wave Light.
Please do. You have to make sure 95% of the tweet is like a personal story. So it's like every recipe website that exists.
And you scroll and the video starts playing in the top right.
You scroll and you never actually find that recipe.
My kids love Wave Light. I've been giving it to them every night during quarantine. It's great. It cuts through, but it does speak to some of the limitations of Bud Light in that there isn't a lot of flavor. But hell is it not an American classic?
It is. And if you're looking to drink all day, there are a few better options, I would say, if you want to stick to beer. Of course, there are a multitude of options now. And as you're talking about the top, they are the most popular beer in America, but they've lost so much market share in recent years to things like hard seltzer, and maybe wine or canned cocktails or stuff like that, because those do fit that same sort of need for long-term drinking, and it's like refreshing. It's not hard to drink. It's not a ton of flavor. It's not a double IPA. Yeah. You can drink a bunch of them.
Yeah. It's going to scratch an itch for the rest of my life, a Bud Light.
Yeah.
And it is Americana. That's another reason I love it. So I certainly love it. Should we get to your favorite part then, apparently? The fucking rankings of the show?
I love this show, and I love the rankings. Let's rank this, Joe.
Nick, don't lie to me. Do you have BA, or you want me to do BA this time?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, my God.
My BAD. That's fun.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's not, I believe most people are food, and it's not breakfast at Burger King. And I'll post my SoundCloud to Breakfast at Burger King.
Yeah, please do.
After the show.
So I said, what about Breakfast at Burger King? That's very good.
Dads, if you're a dad out there, you can use that for the rest of your fucking life.
Sure.
You can sing that to your family.
We have a lot of dads and grads listening.
And it's not dads and grads season for another 3 months.
Not quite yet.
2 months. 2 months till it's dads and grads time.
Yeah. Okay. BA 46 out of 100 or awful.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we would expect, I think.
Yeah.
Flying Pig from Scotland says, ridiculously light and clear. It's topped with a thin, bubbly head that's white and stays longer than I'd have thought. The nose is light. There's some faint skunk, hay, and very light grassy notes, but there's not much to it, really. Slightly sweet and sugary. There's some grassy flavors, but again, it's really light. It's very lightly carbonated and clean, a little bland and pretty poor, but not as bad as expected, to be honest. 1.95 out of 5.
TBH.
That seems too harsh to... Because they are kind of saying everything we said. It's fine. There's not a whole lot going on there, but it's fine.
It's mass market. It's cheap. It's available everywhere.
It's food.
At the end of the day, it's food. It is like a good... I've thought about this sometimes with cocktails. Like, if I am getting cocktails, and I very rarely do.
Right. For the nation, Joe's big, hard, anti-hard A guy.
Yeah, I'm hard against hard A.
You're hard-pressed to get him to have hard A.
Yes.
He goes limp soft for hard A.
You're hard-pressed to get me a pressed hard alcohol.
I guess it'd be if
I'm
you
not
were
impressed.
You're hard-pressed to drink a pressed cider or something like that, because that's what cider is.
But I do like... All right, so hard... but I've said this...
I love riffing with my bud Joe. Most people are food, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are food.
I get panicky when we're doing cocktails. So I'll order something like simple. I'll get a gin and tonic. While I think about...
You're a G&T simp.
I'm a simp for G&Ts. I'm simping, baby. I will get that while I think about like the one I actually want to get. Because you sit down and they come and they're like, what do you want? And I am always just like, get me something.
For what it's worth, I love a gin and tonic.
I do too, but then sometimes I'm like, I'm feeling a little randy. I want to like try one of your like weird cocktails you have.
What would Randy drink? What would your father drink if he was drinking a cocktail?
Oh, Boilermaker with Blatz.
Okay.
Kessler whiskey in it.
Hell yeah.
My dad would, he's kind of like a whiskey Coke guy, or was. I don't think he drinks a lot of them anymore, but I think back in the day that's what he was doing.
Sure.
But I get a G&T, and I'd think about the next drink. I think you could do this at a bar with a Bud Light. You're in doubt. You didn't see the tap list, but they're here, and you're afraid they won't come by again for another 15 minutes. Get the Bud Light, just get something safe, and then get the tap list and see what you actually want next. It's a primer. It's a coat of primer paint before you get your double IPA.
How many coats of primer paint do you want?
Well, that's up to you. Now, you've probably had a couple before you went to the bar. However, you'd get one. And then for the 52% of listeners out there, you get your double IPA, like a Belgian IPA.
Sure.
For the other 48, you might get a brown ale, like Newcastle. Are you either anymore? Or are you just, because you're avoiding beer? But if you were to reach for a beer, like I'm feeling a little jolly, I'm getting a beer, you're still a malt maniac, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly about avoiding hops, honestly, for me. I don't like the taste of hops, and I think I'm allergic to hops.
Yeah.
And that leads to a bad drinking
But
experience.
even taste-wise, like take
even
the
taste,
allergy out.
It's not like
You're a lager lover.
Exactly, yeah. I want something that's just crisp and refreshing. I don't need a lot of flavor in it. I think I reserve that more for cocktails or wine or something.
So you have to think favorably about Bud Light as we move into the rankings, right?
Yeah, like I said, it's very fine in many applications. Like I would order a Bud Light. I'd do what you're saying about priming the old pump there. Yeah, and then not get the double IPA, but maybe get something else.
Yeah, then you try your cider or something later. Okay, well, how do we even, I mean, this certainly is going to get ranked in the top 100. Do we come to a tier conclusion in 3, 2, 1 it? Because I kind of have a general spot.
Wow.
I kind of like the idea of saying, fuck it. we go in just completely, fuck it, we do it live.
You want to yell into the mic.
I'm not
Number one, don't you?
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Cold Cans Nation would break the internet.
Joey's broken the internet. We did a photo shoot with a pint glass on his ass and him shooting double IPA over his head into it. Yeah. He broke the dang internet.
Somebody reset the router for 60 seconds. Joey broke the internet.
Get CenturyLink on the line. The dang internet's out. Joe's ass is on there. I think I have a spot for it.
Wow. Now, if we 3-2-1 this and sort of like magnetized to the same spot, people are going to think we're making it up. But we truly did not do this. So we'll see if we're like way off or if we've got the spot.
Okay.
Do we hashtag got
Let's
the spot?
See if you can hit my spot. Yeah, got the spot.
I don't want that.
3, 2, 1, 34.
Okay.
19, Joe.
19 and 34. So Nick has it.
Wow. You're in Zen 10, huh?
I'm at the top of Zen 10, baby. So Nick has it. I'm going to read Taint to Tip 36 to 33. 36 is Hopadillo IPA. 35, Leinenkugel's Original. Nick would have this here. Then 34, Drink Wisconsinably Wisconsin Lager. Or no, Nick would have it here.
I would, right.
And then Coors Light, Rainier, Family Vacation Beer. So you have it in that crowd.
Yeah, I found Rainier and Coors Light on there, and I think I do like Rainier and Coors Light more.
Okay. I'll read 20 to 17. Red Hook ESB is number 20. Number 19, Jubile Ale Winter Ale. Then I would have Bud Light here. And then Optimism Breweries Before the Dawn and Fat Tire's New Opportunity, where it went way up.
Wow.
I guess I was too high.
I was riding high, baby. I like where you are because we could boot Jubile Ale Winter Ale. Let's boot it. Put it at 19.
Is this the one that I did and you didn't do?
No, I think we did that one together.
Did we? Okay, so...
It's just that one that's like a specialty... They like come out with a new one each winter.
Oh,
it's
that's
never
right.
the same beer. We like the shoots.
We do.
But I don't know. It's not like a memorable beer.
Clearly, I really don't remember it. November 16th, 2018, one day before my birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And the tagline for that show is, What's in a Name?
Wow.
I do not remember anything about it. Rip and replace, huh?
Rip and replace. The easy way out, baby.
Pump? No dump.
Oh, okay. I like it there. 19.
Wow. I feel proud of Bud Light at 19. And I feel a little embarrassed that we didn't review it.
Right. I was going to say, some of this is, making up for past sins of somehow not doing it. If someone told me, one of our countless super fans said, no, you absolutely did Bud Light on this date, I would believe it. Because it's hard to believe that we haven't done it up till now.
We've checked. We checked the feed.
We checked. We double checked.
Triple checked the feed. It's not there. We haven't done it, folks. But now we have, and it's America's number one beer. It is not our new number one. It's the top of our Zen 10.
Wow.
Brody Ovac would be proud. At our number 19 beer, replacing Jubile Ale Winter Ale, is Bud Light.
I love drinking Bud Light in the penthouse of my apartment building, man. I don't remember what Brody is.